Well, it's a good evening from wherever you're watching us from. You are just in time for the 9 p.m. wrap live at our Orbit TV studios. I am your one and only Captain Jesse Gitonga. Landing gear disengaged. Let's take off. You can join in the coverage live through our social media platforms at Orbit TV Kenya, hashtag the 9 p.m. wrap, or you can reach out to me on my social media platforms at the Jesse Tosh. Democracy for the Citizens Party leader Rigathi Gachagua has warned President William Ruto against blaming former President Uhuru Kenyatta for his political woes. Gachagua says the challenges facing the Ruto administration are of its own making. Mwende Wambua is our reporter.
Speaking during his engagement tour in Nakuru, DCP leader Rigathi Gachagua said the Ruto administration should take responsibility for the challenges facing the country instead of blaming former President Uhuru Kenyatta.
Vile ameharibu masomo, ameharibu kila kitu, ameua watoto, ameiba kila kitu. Sasa analia. Kuliko ajibu mimi, anajivisha kwa Rais Uhuru Kenyatta.
He urged President Ruto to focus on his political opponents, describing himself as the president's fiercest competitor.
Rais Uhuru Kenyatta hata kuwa kwa debe Kasongo, ile mtu utapambana naye kwa debe ni Rigiji mwenyewe mwaka ujao.
Gachagua vowed to lead efforts to remove Ruto from office in the 2027 general election, predicting a landslide victory for the opposition, saying that such outcome would amount to a vote of no confidence in the Ruto administration.
Rais Uhuru Kenyatta is not your competitor. President Uhuru Kenyatta is not a candidate in the next election. Yule mtu atakuangaisha Kasongo na akupeleke nyumbani ni Rigiji mwenyewe ambaye hako hapa.
Gachagua's remarks came a day after Ruto accused Uhuru Kenyatta of financing the opposition in an attempt to undermine his role. Speaking to residents in Eldoret on Thursday, Ruto criticized Uhuru's records on issues including affordable housing and universal health coverage.
Mimi nitaka niwaulize, mkipima wale watu, ule sponsor wao, si alishindwa na maneno ya affordable housing? Si alishindwa na mambo ya universal health coverage? Si alishindwa na maneno ya kusomesha watoto wetu? Sasa ameenda kupanga vibaraka wake, ati anatuma hapa watu, ati wakuja washindane na mimi. Hawa watu nitawaosha asubuhi na mapema.
Gachagua's remarks further escalate the political rivalry between the government and opposition ahead of 2027 general election, with both sides seeking to define the record and political future of Ruto administration. Mwende Wambua reporting for Orbit TV.
On to some very interesting court news. The Employment and Labor Relations Court in Nairobi has ruled that employers can inspect company-owned computers for legitimate work-related reasons, even where the search uncovers an employee's personal data, setting an important precedent on the limits of workplace privacy in Kenya. Delivering judgment on the July 21st, Justice Makau held that an employee cannot automatically claim a violation of the right to privacy when an employer examines a work computer to establish whether it is being properly used for official duties. The ruling arose from a dispute between Lucy Washeke, a former sales accountant manager at Royal Tulip Canaan, Nairobi, and the hotel and its then acting general manager. The inspection was triggered after a conference room double booking incident prompted the employer to investigate whether Washeke had been properly checking their work emails and managing the event's calendar. Washeke, who had also configured her work email account on her personal phone, admitted using the work computer for personal business, an arrangement she said began during the COVID-19 pandemic after her salary was cut in half. In determining the privacy question, the court relied on an earlier decision, Peter Apollo Chieng versus Instarect Limited, which held that workplace emails and communications are the prerogative of the employer, since the time, tools, and resources used for such communication belong to the employer. Yeah, shocking. On to the next story. Residents of Nyayo Estate in Makasi were demonstrating today against the National Social Security Fund over the alleged illegal allocation and grabbing of public land. The Nyayo Embakasi Residents Association accuses NSSF of selling and allocating open public spaces meant for schools, hospitals, and recreational facilities to private developers. Embakasi East MP Babu Owino has joined the residents, demanding that all public utility spaces within the estate remain protected and accessible to community members. Protests previously scheduled were disrupted by police, but residents remain firm in their demand for the immediate halting of all unauthorized construction on the plots.
I want to explain to the media where we are. If you look at the master plan, we are here. The area, which color is this? Purple. Purple, eh? And this one? This is blue. The area marked blue, plot 115. This, where we stand here, this is plot 115 according to the master plan. This is supposed to be a secondary school and is supposed to have a community social hall. We know this land has been grabbed. We are aware they have subdivided it amongst themselves, and we are aware they want to invite the president to come and do the groundbreaking here. They want to put up a 20-story building here. We are aware. And we are appealing to the president. Separate yourself from land grabbers.
The National Assembly has passed the Kenya Roads Amendment Bill of 2024, which seeks to make dedicated facilities for cyclists and pedestrians a requirement on designated roads. Sponsored by Samburu West MP Naisula Lesuda, the bill seeks to require Kenha, Kera, and Kura to include lanes, pedestrian walkways, and crossings when designing and constructing roads. The proposal also seeks to give police a stronger role in protecting the facilities and enforcing their proper use. The move is aimed at making roads safer for non-motorized transport users, and the bill will now proceed through the remaining steps before it can become law. Agriculture and Livestock Development Cabinet Secretary Mutahi Kagwe has directed tea factories to reject low-quality green leaf that fails to meet the recommended 2 leaves and a bud standard. Speaking during a visit to Kapsara Tea Factory, where he handed over the 44.6 million of the installation of a new withering plant, Kagwe said the government's 7.1 billion modernization program must be matched by improved tea quality to boost farmers' earnings. Kagwe also called for the market diversification and greater value addition to increase the global value of Kenyan tea.
Kuna wale watu ambao wanaleta hii 2 leaves and a bud. Kwa hivyo yule mkulima alikata hii, alishuna hii, ni yule mkulima ambayo anataka quality tea. Na ako hapa. Na ni nyinyi wengi wenu mnaendelea na hii 2 leaves and a bud, si ndio? Lakini yule anakuja analete hii, anaharibia bei yule ambao alikata ile na njia ile inafaa. Ndio Wesley alikuwa anasema hapa, na mimi nikasema sio drama, nitaka kumuonyesha nyinyi wenyewe mjionee ile kitu ambao ni lazima tugeuze, kwa sababu hata nikilete machines, hata tukifanya hiyo kazi yote na tuendelee na kukata mahindi na kuvuna hivi, hii bei haitaenda juu jameni. Tumesikizana? Hii maneno lazima tusaidiane. Ndio yule tea picker akienda kushuna chai anashuda 2 leaves and a bud. Atinasema nini? 2 leaves. Mnasema
Time for some sports now. Arsenal are in talks with Bayer Leverkusen over a potential move for England defender Jarell Quansah. The Gunners are targeting the 23-year-old centre-back to strengthen their defence following recent injury concerns. Quansah has impressed in Germany since his £30 million switch from Liverpool last summer, making over 40 appearances for Leverkusen. However, Leverkusen are expected to demand over £40 million to sell the versatile defender this window. Well, just like that, we have arrived at our destination. Hope you enjoyed the flight. I have been your one and only Captain Jesse Gitonga. Thank you for tuning in. Have a good night. Oh, and don't forget. And now,
Very well. Then you're all punished.